2 months earlier. They are dead. Just another 2 names to add to my ever-growing list of deaths to avenge. I bet no one could guess how they died. One, though, that they could fly, so jumped off a cliff. The other, well, this is a really stupid one, thought they could breathe underwater, so they jumped off into a lake. And the story goes on. Someone actually murdered them. I wanted to solve the case. The only thing that I knew was that they were both left hanging on a light post, knives still sticking out of their backs. A quote was stuck on a sticky note saying, "First on the death list, there will be more. Unkind regards, Anonymous." I was going to find this murderer if it's the last thing I did. Present. Tracking down this murderer has been almost the only thing I had been doing since I finished school for the 6-week break. I had 3 suspects. The police had 499 suspects. They've just eliminated 1. They died. I should work with the police. We both started with 500 suspects. In 2 months, they eliminated 1 from death, and I eliminated 497 with my skills. Who knew that I could do that? I sat down to relax. I turned on the news. A 23-year-old had been murdered. Wait, weren't they on my list of suspects? Well, now I was on 2 suspects and the police on 498. The names of my suspects are Lilith Blair Beckett, released from prison a month ago, a serial killer, and Aelia Valencia, a psycho that jumped off a roof once. I went down to examine the crime scene. The police weren't even there yet, those lazy people. As always, a knife sticking out of the victim's back. There was a little scribble bit on the back. "Come to the abandoned warehouse on 9th of November, your birthday, 8 p.m. Unkind regards, Anonymous." This was getting really annoying. Skip to 9th November, 8:30 p.m. I snuck down to the abandoned warehouse. I hadn't slept. I drowsily plodded to the warehouse. A note. That woke me up. Ugh, too late. "Unkind regards, Anonymous." I sloppily trudged home. Part of me wanted it to start raining, like it did when animated characters were sad in movies. The other part didn't. I was in summer clothes. I strolled into the temple for peace and quiet. My 2 suspects were sitting next to each other. Suddenly, one fell to the ground. They were struggling for air. While people tended to Aelia Valencia, I ran after Lilith Blair Beckett. I was going to catch her. I couldn't let her get away. Finally, I leapt onto her, cuffed her. It was time for interrogation. After a long 3 hours and a lot of protesting, it was decided that Aelia was the murderer. I ran back to the temple. Aelia grabbed me and threw me down. The last thing I heard was, "Aelia Valencia, you are under arrest."
Please hang up and try again.